Well, welcome everybody to another Twin Spires preview as we march through the Saratoga racing season. It's a grade one on Saturday. The coaching club, America Oaks. Scott Shapiro joins myself, Darin Zoccali. Scott, is certainly a race that has a very rich history. And this year you can make the argument, and I think it's the right argument, that you have the two best three-year-old fillies in the country. They're squaring off. They were 1-2 in the Kentucky Oaks, and we'll see how round two plays out on Saturday.
Good to be back with you, Darin. Pretty undebatable that these two should be atop the division at this point. Nest, of course, running second in the Belmont, running second in the Kentucky Oaks, and Secret Oath winning the Kentucky Oaks and running fourth with a trouble trip in the Preakness. So both of them taking on the boys. Now they meet up again, taking on their own gender.
Nest certainly did benefit from the additional ground in the Belmont Stakes. Today's CCA Oaks is 1 1/8 miles, so one trip around the Saratoga Oval. Before we talk about those two, let's talk about number 2 Society here, Scott, who I think is likely going to be on an easy lead in this short field. Tyler Gaffalione, we asked some questions yesterday on Twitter. He's here. He's not riding Wide Barrio in the Haskell. We don't know if that's by his choice, if he chose to stay at Saratoga. He certainly has a couple of live mounts, and this filly definitely has plenty of upside for Steve Asmussen. Look, I'll just come out and said I picked her just as a chance of another Saratoga upset, as they say, the graveyard of favorites. This filly could get loose on the lead if Tyler Gaffalione gets aggressive with her, but it is certainly a legitimate question of, is she actually good enough?
I don't think she's good enough, but I do agree with the pace advantage. But she had a major pace advantage last time out in the Monomoy Girl going 1.16 miles at Churchill. They went 24-4, 49-1, and she was all out to hold off Miss Yearwood, who was a very nice filly for Ian Wilkes, definitely amongst the second tier of the best in the division, but nowhere near, in my opinion, the likes of Nest and Secret Oath. I think she'll be loose on the lead. Maybe she can hang around for second, but I think it'll be very difficult for her to beat both Nest and Secret Oath.
From there, you have to figure that Nest and Secret Oath are going to put themselves in logical stalking position. Secret Oath to the outside from the 5. She's coming in off a 4th place finish in the Preakness, which was a race that I thought was a key race, that I thought was a better race than the Kentucky Derby when you talk about the Triple Crown. And then Nest, well, just talking about it from the standpoint of how fast the race actually was. Nest coming out of a 2nd place finish in the Belmont Stakes behind Mo Donegal, who relished everything about the 1.5 miles. Today, they kind of meet at 1.125 miles. How do you see the two trips going, and who's the beneficiary?
I think Nest will probably get the jump. I think Nest has a little more speed. The caveat there is that Luis Saez is on Secret Oath. He was on Secret Oath, of course, in the 2 previous races, but didn't really have the desire or need in the Kentucky Oaks to be prominent. In fact, it being further off the pace worked in his favor. Then in the Preakness, missed the break, had all sorts of trouble. So perhaps he can get the break, but Luis Saez with Secret Oath. But I think either way, I think Nest is the horse to beat here in my top selection. I really liked her Belmont. It's hard to be hard on her with just about any of her races. And I think Secret Oath was clearly better than her in the Kentucky Oaks, but did get the jump on her while Irad was kind of caught inside. Nest got the jump. Great ride by Luis Saez. It's really tough for me to split these two, but I do prefer Nest.
Yeah, out of the two, I also preferred Nest. I just wanted to get just a little bit creative and talk about the Gaffalione angle. And if something were to happen where Society were to get real loose on the lead and get brave and take a leap forward, maybe she has a chance if things got a little bit wonky and behind her. She's 8-1. She should probably be more like 11, 12-1. Nest should be 4-5. Secret Oath, even money. Nest for Scott Shapiro. Society for myself. Don't forget that on Saturday, it's one of those days where we have a Saratoga bet back promotion. So be on the lookout for which races are selected and be sure to participate. You make that $10 win bet. If your horse runs second, we're going to give you a bet back in the selected races every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Saratoga. Stick around, come on back, and continue to wager with us all Saratoga long at Twin Spires.